What's up, Ragin Nation? My name is Alex. You're watching the Ragin Ronin review. By now, you've probably seen my review for Taken 2, Mistaken. I like to keep on making that joke just because I thought it was a bit of a mistake to make Taken 2, but the studios don't really think so because the movie has already made $139 million worldwide and it's only into its second weekend, and that's a lot of money. So right away, they think that they should greenlight the third Taken movie, the third installment in the Taken franchise, and this is a new franchise for EuropaCorp. That is Luc Besson's production company, because what they used to produce was the Transporter films. Well, the Transporter kind of died out. That was right after Transporter 3, which is also directed by Olivier Megaton. Well, now that Transporter's out of there, the Taken franchise is the new franchise for EuropaCorp. And I think that's kind of cool because I do want to see Bryan Mills kick ass again, and that is exactly the main reason why I think that the seats are being filled for Taken 2. I mean, the movie didn't get a whole lot of great reviews. I don't think it was that great. I thought it was entertaining, but the movie itself as an action film is not that great. But like I said before, audiences want to see Liam Neeson play Bryan Mills and exercising his special set of skills. And that's what it's all about. Let's take a look at some box office numbers. Taken was budgeted at $25 million and it made $226 million worldwide. Now Taken 2 is budgeted at $45 million and Taken 2 has already taken in $139 million worldwide. So if you do the math, it doesn't take a genius to know that making Taken 3 is a good financial investment. But here's the one thing that I have to suggest. Change up the director. Okay, change the vision. Okay? Pierre Morel did a great job with Taken. Pierre Morel and Olivier Megaton are what I like to call the Luc Besson regulars, because they work with Luc Besson's production company, EuropaCorp, many times. The director of Taken was a cinematographer for The Transporter and also Unleashed, and he was also a director for District B13 and From Paris with Love. As for Olivier Megaton, he directed The Transporter 3, Colombiana, and of course Taken 2. While Taken 2 was entertaining, like I said before, as an action film, it really isn't that great. People aren't there to watch Olivier Megaton's directing or the thin story and the plot. They're there to watch Liam Neeson as Bryan Mills. It is a great character, and it is a character that brings in the big bucks. So what are they gonna do for Taken 3? As far as I know, they're changing it up. There's no longer gonna be any more kidnapping or being taken away. They did enough of that in the first two Taken movies. They can't just get kidnapped again. It just gets a little bit too repetitive. The audience is gonna be thinking, oh, they're making Taken 3. Who's gonna get kidnapped this time? His ex-wife? It just gets too repetitive, and then the audiences will start getting a little bit bored of that story. But that's all I'm here to tell you guys. I'm here to tell you that Taken 3 is happening, and it's mainly due to the success of Taken 2. It is what the studios consider a successful franchise, and I will be there to watch it. They just have to get rid of Olivier Megaton. I don't want to see him directing another Taken movie. Just please get him out of there. He doesn't understand how to film action effectively. Now, they haven't written a script or anything, but all they said is that it's no longer going to be about any one of the family members being kidnapped. Here's what I think is going to be the story for Taken 3. The CIA, or a private security firm, is going to call Bryan Mills back into action. They're going to tell him to come back into the job force, and he has to rescue somebody. Most likely it's going to be the daughter of some, you know, political figure or something like that. Or it's probably going to be a girl who he was doing, you know, a security escort for, but then she gets taken. And then he has to unleash another can of whoop-ass on the takers. That is probably what's gonna happen. And this story is not much of a stretch. We've seen these kind of stories before. But as I mentioned before, we're not here to see a grand plot. We're not here to see like an amazing storyline. Audiences just want to see Liam Neeson playing Bryan Mills and exercising his specific set of skills, which is computer hacking skills, nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, and drawing animals and warriors and stuff. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this movie. What do you think the story for Taken 3 is going to be? Let me know in the comments section below. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, and also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Taken 2 is more or less the same as Taken 1. And one rule about sequels is that if you're going to do the exact same thing as the first movie,